Hi guys, and welcome back to Enter the Mind of a Terran. I'm IXL's Runamuck. Today we'll be going through another 15 gas build, but for this time it's going to be for TVT. Beautiful. Alright. So this is Innovations build. You can find this on imberbuilds or gosubuilds.com. Pretty straightforward to follow through, but it has a lot of variables you can kind of twist and manipulate to make your own, to fit your own kind of style. Also, it can be very reactionary, and overall is a very solid build, and that is why I've been playing with it on ladder. I do come up against this Terran opponent on the North American server, who is a pretty strong Terran opponent to defeat, so we're going to go through this game step by step. I'm going to highlight some key factors that I think were the turning points in why I won this game. Maybe even some points to kind of highlight my decision making, which is the overall purpose for these videos, to help you guys. Alright, so 10 depot, 12 gas, 12 racks, 15 gas, sorry. And then we kind of deviate from there. We can kind of do things like, you know, your marine bio timing, your marine mine timing, which was what I originally intended to do in this video, but I had to change it up a little bit due to what I scanned and what I reacted with. Additionally, I do take a very macro-orientated approach to this matchup, and for a lot of new beginners, this is kind of seems to be the route you want to take. You want to get your mechanics and your macro down before you start doing crazy builds and stuff like that. It just helps. Ooh, excuse me. Alright. 14th SCV, hopefully to get rallied to my gas. Just speed this up really quickly to get into it. In the TVT mindset, there's definitely builds that can hit you early game off of one base Banshees, one base Marine mine drops into Banshees. There's fast Hellion Banshee, there's fast Hellbats off of one base, so these are all things you got to try and figure out for yourself. So ideally you want to try and scout in DVT between 14 and 16 supply. I don't do it this build because I want to be more aggressive. At the beginning, that was my initial standpoint, was like, okay, I'll finish this depot, then I want to go out and I want to scout. I just want my wall off, things like that. Like, the option is there to kind of lower your supply, send an SCV out, things like that, which is good. You want to get reading information on how many gases your opponent has this early in the game, and whether or not that you two are kind of on the equaling stance as it would appear in the matchup. Like sometimes you might have Terrans that go for 11 gas and go straight for a factory, cut out the first Marine, get a Marine additionally later. You might have things like the two Reaper builds. Obviously, Belshare Vestige isn't one of those maps where Reapers are going to be terribly effective. There just isn't enough space. You got some space here and a little bit of space here, but this can be locked down pretty easily with Marines, so I don't worry about Reapers in this map so much. Alright, let's have a look here. My SCV is now getting close to his base. I'm getting my factory, just going through my hotkeys at the moment, kind of getting that muscle memory. I get up there. Now, I've seen 3 Marines. What does this tell me? Well, I can't see his gas. He hasn't committed to Reapers, so there's a chance he didn't get gas. I don't need to worry about Reapers. We're both on an equal Marine count. I could also assume he's at the same stage where I am, because I can look at my base. I have 3 Marines also. I didn't see a factory, obviously, so he's placed his factory somewhere else if he's done this. So it's kind of like eliminating factors at the moment in these early stages. Getting my second gas, as you always do, this follow-up just like you would in TVP. So this build's very much the same, but you can do small tweaks to it to do more damage against your opponent. Reactor. Send out my SCV, just going around checking some towers and things like that. Getting my expansion. I'm doing an in-base expansion just to be safe. Don't want to try and commit to something in the low ground and get rushed or get some kind of tank push and then not be able to defend it. So yeah, originally the plan was to go for a bio mine push with a dropship. Drop some mines, be harassive, all that kind of cool stuff, just like you would in TVP.
Add-on.
Follow this up now with your Starport. So this is all written out pretty straightforward. Nice and easy to follow. It's got its nice little benchmarks by 6 minutes. Too easy. Right, speed this up really quickly. I've got watchtowers, so I can definitely know what's going on. I'm building these supply depots around my base. It allows more vision. If he goes for Banshees, and I get that split second of reaction time, it allows me to move my Marines in a better position. I'm following this up now with a bunker because I haven't seen anything yet, so the potential of one base Hellbats is definitely a possibility, and following that up is a smart moves. But I scanned. What did I see when I scanned? I seen a tech lab on a starport. It's researching. This is a cloak Banshee build. So what do I do straight away? I begin to position my mines in places I know where he will come through with the Banshees. Skittles. Alright. One mine goes north, one mine goes south. Marines tuck themselves in the middle. I'm getting a Medivac, but I think I cancel it and go straight for a Viking. Let's take a look. Cancelled. Instantly start building a Viking. I'm playing reactionary right now. The watchtower. Also, if you want to pay attention to the minimap really quickly. You'd actually see his Banshee go past. So this is another good thing. Scan. All this kind of fun, cool stuff. Here we go. Look at this. Beautiful. Always take map vision as best as you can because these things happen a lot. And I can definitely say in this game I caught 3 Banshees just because I had map vision. Alright, back into it.
Upgrade complete.
Building my Marines, everything's nice and chilled. Getting my engineering base. I'm still playing reactive, I'm still kind of just building some SCVs. I don't want to overcommit at the moment, I kind of just want enough to keep producing units rather than building SCVs at this point. Well, that Widow Mine hits a target, it's already damaged. I've got enough scans because I've been saving them. I've got a Viking, I've got some Marines. He tries to escape, and I bait him in. I'm trying to bait him back into my scan radius, and I get him. Boom. Banshee dead. Start transitioning now. Like, I've got to make a transition. I'm just going, okay, well, he could follow this up with a tank push. I'm starting to get my own tanks going out here. I'm getting a missile turret before I land my CC because I don't want to lift it, land it, get harassed again because that'd just be a pain in the ass. So turret down first, tanks, more Marines, get some more Vikings, lock down the airspace. Oh, look at this, another Banshee. Comes in here, scan, goes off, Viking gets the last hit. Ooh, 2 Banshees dead. So how much has he invested so far? Really quickly, let's just pull up the calculator. What do you got? 150 plus 100 gas times 2 plus 200 for minerals, 200 gas. 600 that's not right. Okay, point is he spent 900 resources and has done little to no damage to me at all. Look at that, I've lost a worker. He's lost so much more than I have, and it just shows right there. So, my immediate reaction is, okay, well, I don't want to get too risky. I want to play it nice and macro. In the stage, take a 3rd CC. Because his Banshees haven't done any damage to your army, haven't done any damage to my infrastructure, I can take a 3rd CC and feel rather fine in this situation. Normally you'll have people who will follow this up now with a 2 base push, and this is strong because most of the times they can kite with their Banshees and cut down your Marine count, and this is really critical because I didn't take any losses, I can take a 3rd. If I took losses, I would more than enough want to try and take my 3rd and 4th racks and power up 2 base and get a delayed 3rd. Now, the one problem I seen in this game was I got supply blocked. It's really cut into my SCV production, so try and avoid that as best as possible in this circumstance, as you are going for a greed build. So you do really rely on the minimum number of units to support yourself. I'm going for double upgrades. So I really I'm looking for late game. That's where I want to hit him. I know I'm going to be kind of weak in the mid game, but I'm looking for late game. Additionally, I'm splitting up my units, putting some tanks in my main, putting some tanks in my natural. getting my double engineering base, and now I'm going for my racks. So this is probably a little bit of a mix-up. You can go for your racks before your engineering base, but I wanted to focus on upgrades because I felt I was so much further ahead. So these are just like the way people can switch them up and do certain things. I repositioned my mines to kind of help cater for my new bases, lock down some airspace and things like that. But at this stage it's just about macro. That's all I'm thinking right now. Just get stuff, just line it all up, build my infrastructure, get all my barracks, get all my factories, and just build up this huge sick ass army. Optionally, I've also sent Marines out now on the map. I want map control. I want to know what he's doing. If I know what he's doing, I can react appropriately. You can see he doesn't have any base over here. And there's a Marine going up to his third. If he had a faster third, I would have been worried. But almost certain that he doesn't go through that at all. As we can see there, he doesn't. So it's going to be a good indicator of when he wants to take his third, and if he doesn't want to take it very soon, I know he's going to be doing some kind of aggression towards me. So yeah, powering ahead, just getting reactors, adding on some old things. Optionally enough, I've been skipping some units just to build infrastructure, and I've been skipping some SCVs, so that's never a good thing. So don't look at this replay and go, okay, he's cutting SCVs, it must be a good thing. It's not. It's just poor execution. But, you know, I am human, I'm not Korean, and I'm learning just like you are. Alright, so let's have a look. We're still getting upgrades, we're still getting more and more units. I've still got watchtowers, and what do we see here? We see a huge push coming out from my opponent. He is +1. He doesn't have any vehicle weapons. He's got a bunch of Marines. I can see he's got combat shields, 4 Medivacs, and at least 2 tanks. 4 tanks. Now this gets worrying. How many tanks do I have? We go to the units. I'm only on 3 tanks. 2 of them are here. One of them is being positioned in my base for drops, and a 4th is being produced. So this is really interesting. Let's have a look.
Our SCVs are under attack.
See a whole bunch of units moving out. The option here is like, well, I can pull my third back because I don't want it to get sniped, because that would put me behind now. I'd be sacrificing the lead I just gained. I send some units out, I'm like, okay, he's really pushing on me. This is a problem. You get that CC, I'm like, okay, you come back. I don't want you to get sniped. Right now I've got to conserve some units. This was a really quick decision. Because I knew I didn't have upgrades, like I didn't have combat shields just yet, as we can't see here. I can see visually on my Marines. I realized I had to pull some SCVs to stop myself from dying to this push. Here we go. SCVs being pulled off the line. They're strictly to buffer while my tanks are focused firing down the biggest clumps of his Marines as it can possible. Well, eventually everything gets us in the stalemate. Tanks are hitting tanks, and, well, his Medivacs do decide to leave. He puts some scans down and cleans out my tanks, which is fine. But he's got no anti-air, so we're trading pretty evenly in this instance. The only problem is I had to sacrifice SCVs to get where I wanted to be. Get some more units, I put them in a dropship, and it's just a matter of dropping them on top of his tanks, cleaning out his tank buffer. Additionally, I'm now on 4 CCs, and I still don't see a third from him, so I'm feeling really comfortable right now. Yeah, I've lost a lot of units, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Obviously, it's not good losing that Medivac. I now no longer have any map vision, so I'm in the dark, so it's risky to try and put my third down, but I do it anyway.
Upgrade.
Scan, okay, he's not pushing through that one watchtower. I can go take that in a minute, but I'll focus on getting my upgrades and setting up my economy and my infrastructure once again.
Mineral field depleted.
Alright, so now it's about endurance. You know, we're getting everything flowing. Just keep going through your macros, you know, doing your hotkeys, making sure things are lining up, keep on top of your upgrades, keep building SCVs. These are the main focus we want right now. That and taking back map vision. Okay, he's taking a third. He can still be aggressive, but he looks like he wants to carry this on into the late game. And we're fine with this. We've been setting ourselves up for the late game for a long time. So yeah, continue getting upgrades. Life just feels all too neat right now. I'm actually producing not 12 Marines at a time versus his 9. My upgrades are ahead of his, except for my +2, so it looks like I dodged that pretty well. But we still have control over this game. Like, we're not out of this at all. Things are looking good for us. Right. So now we're in the stage where it looks like it's going to be a bit of a battle for map control. And this is where TVT can kind of get a bit nasty. He sends out 2 Marines, and 2 Marines at each location, so I've got to respond in kind, and I send out 4 Marines to each location. And things kind of just start to, you know, get bigger and bigger after that. You know, you start committing tanks, and that's where you see, like, European Terrans of crazy little micro battles on the left and right side of the maps. But it's all good. I'm powering ahead, my economy is really strong right now, I can just freely do more what I want. I've got the watchtowers now, I'm like, oh, he's pushing out once again. Okay, this is interesting, I need to figure out where he's going and where I want to intercept him. The macro in this game was actually quite terrible, but you know, live and learn. I scan. I wanted to push into him, but he had the high ground advantage, so I was like, no, I will not do that. I see him bug away. I'm like, oh, okay. I scan like, oh crap, he's trying to intercept me. If he gets into this position here, what are the effects of it? Look, he has free reign to target this, and I can't do anything about it because he'll likely siege tanks here. He'll cancel these. He'll split me off from my 3rd. This will be now my new 3rd. I'm going to lose a bunch of workers. I might even lose a CC. So everything I've invested here is going to die if I can't get back here in time. And unfortunately, I don't. He gets there before me. He does really well. He sieges up. I stim some Marines in, but I back out because his tanks siege up before mine. So I just can't commit there. I use my Medivac to kind of scout ahead, give me some vision. I cancel. I try to repair this CC and lift it up and land it somewhere else. Additionally, I'm like, okay, if the bulk of his army is now sitting here, what does he have at home? He can't push into me, I can't push into him, we're in a bit of a stalemate, so it's time to go round. Kind of like the saying, if you can't go through, go under or above. That's what this feels like right now in TVT. Dropping some scans, he's got some SCVs in there, so that's really weird. So that's why I was actually not too against the idea of losing some SCVs in my 3rd as long as I kept the CC. And as we can see here, I've got it out of safety because he didn't focus fire it. Alright, time to do some counterattack. I'm going up into his 3rd. I don't have a huge army. I shoot the watchtower first and foremost of all, but I can see he's having a huge reinforcement. So I lift off the units and I boost out of here. There's no way I can do anything there. If I don't save those units, my next push to try and take that area of the map is going to be even more at fault. So just keep producing. I'm still in 3 base, so I'm not out of this at all.
Base is under attack. Add-on complete.
So I still want to keep putting pressure on his 3rd, so this is why I'm rallying more and more units there. And I think fortunately for me, I get a nice engagement. Got a bunch of units here. I scan. Ooh, I siege up. I'm sieging up before him. Watch how this battle turns. It's 2-2, 2-2. I'm on +1. He's on +1. He's got 4 tanks here. And, you know, something like 20 Marines. I've got a little bit more Marines here, but here's more tanks. His Medivac's out of position, so he can't heal like my Medivacs can heal my units. And let's just see how this battle goes for me. It goes really well. Now, I'm effectively killing tanks, and this is massive in TVT. Pop, pop, pop. He lifts up some of his tanks and saves them. Good for him. My focus is now back to here. Not to mention I'm now denying a potential 4th base from him on the far left, over here.
Add-on complete.
Good old Marines. See, this is why you should have Marines out here, so people can't freely take expansions whenever they want, because this is now denied and could effectively be cancelled. Whereas if I didn't have units there, he could just take that whenever he wanted. Hey, this is a big engagement. I start to sprint my units. I'm on 2-2, he's on 2-2. What's happening here? I have siege tanks and he's pushing into me, so this is really bad engagements for him. And he's attacking into my rally. So I cancel all that, I kill a bunch of Medivacs, which is really nice. I've still got units out in the middle of the map, I've taken a supply lead. I'm going for 3-3. get a bunch of Medivacs here, which is really nice. Oh, even another Medivac. So this is critical right now. I get up here, I'm like, okay, I gotta deny this base outright. Start getting all my units converging. I've still got map presence, still got map control. Oh cool, I've still got this CC here. Land it, keep producing miners, keep playing concurrent. I scan, okay, that's where his army is. Now, this is Belcher Vestige, remember guys, I did touch on this in a previous video. If you can get here and start elevating, dropping into someone's base, up here, and your tanks have like a siege range of about, I don't know, close to around here. Sometimes you can even get this. If your tanks are there, you can effectively cut off his natural to supplies. So I see his army's there, my army's here. It's time to make a move. We're going for the throat right now, we're going for the jugular. Meanwhile, continue boost. Oh look, free CC. Get the cancel on it, it's dead. Keep moving forward. Still got units trickling in from all across the map. Get my tanks in position, just keep right clicking. He's cool, he's got a turret up here. He caught me in a position where I was lifting up all my tanks, but lifting up all my marines, but my tanks are now sieged. They just absolutely decimated his bio army here. And this engagement just goes heavily in my favor. Start a step forward. Boom, 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 boom. Start picking up Medivacs. GG, well played. And he leaves the game. So, that was a really interesting way of doing it. Very strong macro-focused play. Decision-making in trying to tackle on positioning. Map awareness of TVT is also very critical. Always remember to just keep macro, 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 macro. Sometimes you'll see the Muslim saying it to himself on stream, and it's a good mindset to have. This game is very macro-orientated at the end of the day. You can do things that are really cool with your micro, but unless you have a higher multitasking rate by almost 2 times your opponent, if he's macroing harder than you, he'll win. Yeah, thanks guys for watching. Like, subscribe, all those other cool things. Leave some comments in the bar below. You can find this build on gosubuilds.com or imberbuilds.com. It'll also be in the description. And if you have any more suggestions, yeah, please send me some messages or send me some comments and things like that on builds, matchups and things like that while I start to continue to improve on this series to give to you guys. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I'm Axel's Runamuck, and